Good morning. It's raining. We've had rain for almost 2 weeks now, on and off. It's really nice. We've had lots of rain. I've been up all night, so it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've been up all night. So I'm a little bit tired, but I didn't really even plan anything for this. How you going, Red Rose? Good to see you here. Awesome. Awesome to see you here. I didn't really plan anything. I just thought I'll do a stream because I enjoy doing these Saturday morning streams, which is afternoon in America. So Sky's here as well. Awesome. How you going, Sky? It's awesome here. Is it raining up on the sunny coast? It's raining here. It's raining pretty heavy. It's been raining all night. I love it when it rains. You know, when it's rain like this, it's real like drenching. It's drenching rain. It's like, I don't know if you can even hear it. I've got all the doors shut, but like I can hear it. It's probably not coming through the camera, with the speakers or the microphone. So yeah, I didn't have anything planned. Like I've been writing all night. I've been typing up my poetry into the computer. So I'm like, my eyes are a little bit sore from staring at the screen and looking at books. But I've only got like 10 more or so to type up. But I realized I wrote, I've got 2 poems I could read, so I could do that. Oh, Sky, I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, it's really good that you're here with us right now, you know. I know that like when things are really tough, it's always good to be at a place where you feel comfortable, and if you feel comfortable here, like it's the best place to be, you know. So we're here with you, Sky. Like it's really tough when you're this is the thing people don't understand, like how difficult it is, you know, like when things get tough, they really get tough, and you can't do anything. Freya's here as well. How you going, Freya? Awesome to see you here. Yeah, Sky. Yeah, no, we're here for you tonight, Sky. Or this morning. I keep thinking tonight, but it's like because I've been up all night, you know. So, but we got Freya and Sky and Red Rose here. There's 4 people here now. Awesome. So we'll just chat, you know. Like usually on a Sunday stream I do a talk about my week, and then I do a talk, and then by the time I catch up with the chat, I'm like so far behind everything. It takes me forever to catch up. But like I've started with the chat tonight, so I'm Sam's here as well. How you going, Sam? No, not Sky from Winston. Sky's in Australia. So, but yeah, we got Freya, we got Sam, we got Red Rose, and we got Sky. How awesome! Are you Shaw's here as well? Awesome. Are you Shaw's here? Awesome. This is awesome. Like I thought, oh, I'm so tired. I've been up all night, and I'm like, do I drink a coffee? I didn't drink a coffee. So I don't know. Sometimes when you're really tired and you drink a coffee, it's actually your brain stops working. Freya says 4:04 in the afternoon. Yeah. So it's 8:06. So there you go. That's the difference in time. Red Rose says, Sky, you're most welcome. You've always been here for me, my friend. You have all of us. Yeah, absolutely. This guy says, I've been doing self-reflection, and what I'm learning about myself and my life is not great. Yeah, that is a painful aspect to doing self-reflection or shadow work and that sort of stuff. And it's painful going through it, and even healing, just healing itself is painful. It's all painful. So it's, you know, um, it can really just affect you, like emotionally and physically as well. But like, it's a different type of, it's different trigger, isn't it? Like you get a different feeling when you process things, when you do shadow work or you do work on um, self-reflection, and then it's a whole different feeling, and it's so different to getting a regular trauma response. And it's hard, it's difficult to take because you don't even know what's going on. For me, this is my experience when this sort of thing happens. Like it's just like I get overwhelmed, and um, it just doesn't feel right. Although after a few days, it does get better. So hopefully, it does get better for you, Sky, in the next few days. But yeah, Sam says, all right, like with the kisses. Are you sure? Says hi, everyone. Freya says, yeah, you can relax here, Sky. I'm pretty new to the group, and they brought me in with open arms the other day, and I was desperate need. So you're in a safe place. That's awesome, Freya. Yeah, yeah, that's it, Sky. If you want to speak and just talk, and like you can you can talk about it all. Like if you feel comfortable to do that, um, we're here for you. But even like just by saying you're struggling is enough. And so it's acknowledging that. Like, so a big thing with learning mindfulness and is reading emotions, and um, it's confronting with that. But the more you do it, the more, and like if you do it with fully feeling the emotions and accepting them, um, you can allow the really painful stuff to pass. Um, I had this experience a few weeks ago where I was triggered, and then I had like 24-hour period where I was just in extreme agony from it, and I went through half of that 24-hour period, like while I was awake, focusing on the pain, like not giving it attention. So you don't feed. It's not like a fire where you feed the fire, but the fire's there, and you're feeling the warmth from it, but you're not putting extra stuff on the fire. And you're acknowledging it's there. It's it's a but it was so intense that like I was like, oh, this is going to last for a week. When you get those triggers or trauma responses, and you're like, when it starts, you're like, oh, I'm going to be messed up for days. And I spent a whole day just feeling the emotion and feeling the pain and just being calm with it. So I sat with it, and I accepted it. And as I was feeling the pain, like I was reading where I was feeling it in my body and stuff. And the next day it had passed, and I think it was doing that. I think that did it. Sam says I need another cup of coffee. Sky says hi, Sam. Freya says self-reflection takes an immense amount of courage and determination. It absolutely does. You're doing good work, Sky. You know, Are you sure? Says coffee time. Yeah, totally. It's like 11 past 8 in the morning. Like I should have had a coffee, but I don't really need it. I'm tired. I've been up all night. So if I start rambling, that's why. Sam says, who's up for buying some land in Portugal? We could all chip in, get a big spend 3 months of the year there, cheap land. Portugal's awesome place, and there is a lot of cheap land there. Um, so that's an awesome idea. I'd love to do that, or an island, but then you got to get there if it's an island. Like Portugal's good. It's in Europe. It's easy to get to. They've got all those houses cheap in Italy as well. But like, I like the idea of like property, like like a mountain range and a valley and a river. I think I want something massive, but you can buy that stuff. If people chip in, it's a good idea. I like you, Sam. That's a really awesome dream, and dreams can become reality. You make dreams reality, but by speaking them. Sometimes when you speak dreams, it actually stops them from happening. Other times, by speaking the dream and working towards it, will actually make it happen. So I think, um, you know, manifest. The meaning of manifest is like the hand and action. So if you're going to manifest something, you've got to actually do it yourself. That's what the word means. So it's not magic. You have to actually make it happen yourself by doing the work. But you can do it. You know. So um, that's a really great idea. Buying some land in Portugal. They got some beautiful environment, like wilderness. And it's not really wilderness in Portugal. Like um, I don't know when they did it, but they cut down all the trees in Portugal when the Portuguese Empire was big. They cut them all down. So it used to be like full of forests, and once they cut all the trees down, like it hasn't recovered. Oh, look, it's gone to zero again. Is Here we go. People are coming back. It's dropping out. It's dropping people. Let me know. Is the stream? Yeah, still here. Yep, good stuff. It's just only showing one per. Here we go. Yeah, it's showing everyone's here still. Awesome. I was worried it was going to drop out, and like the last time I had troubles was Saturday morning, so that's why I was worried. Yeah, Sky says thanks, Luke. Yeah, anytime, Sky. Like, hopefully by the end of the stream today, you're feeling better. That's what I hope and wish for. Red Rose says, Freya, I know you are enjoying that precious time with your grandkids. Enjoy the evening and night. Me and my mama are going to kick off holiday season by watching a movie. Freya says, yeah, Portugal is beautiful, but how the politics over there, I'm not sure. Yeah, it is difficult. I don't know. It's always difficult with that stuff. I think it's pretty stable. Um, but there's some strange stuff going on. I know that um, because the land's so cheap, there's a lot of people migrating there from all over Europe. So Sam says, yeah, I think you need to get permission to buy from all the neighbours. If you do that, you're okay. There you go. So that's how it works. If you're a foreigner, you have to actually get permission. Different countries have all got different rules. Red Rose says, yeah, she's watching a movie called The Holiday. We have some favourite Christmas movies to watch once a week. We have a movie for each day of the week. There you go. You're already in Christmas season. We're not even, well, we're almost in December. You know, tomorrow's the first day of December. So I suppose it is Christmas season already. So I remember they used to always put on the movies on the TV around this time of year, Christmas movies. Bray says, yeah, I wasn't on my best behaviour either. Sorry about the vulgar language and just negative attitude I brought the first night I was here, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. That's all right. Yeah, look, you're it's totally fine. You're going through stuff and you're expressing, and you weren't overly vulgar with stuff, so you don't really need to apologize at all anyway. So, but thanks for your concern, Freya. Like, Red Rose says, Freya, sending you a big hug. Freya says, yeah, I even share the replay with my grandson in the commentary. It was awesome to share that with him. Awesome. Freya says, yeah, I said my grown son, not my grandson. He's only 5 lol. That's it. I mean, we like, I always put these videos as not for kids, like, because it's always, we're talking about heavy topics and stuff, you know. And I think about that. I think most people who've got complex trauma are adults, and if you're a child that you're still going through complex trauma, it's best to like find other places to like learn about it, you know. So I always put not for kids, you know. And I talk about heavy topics too myself, and it means we can talk about those topics. You don't want to. The worst thing it would be to traumatize or upset someone with the content of what people are talking about. Freya says, yeah. I know Red Rose says, Sam, that sounds like a most excellent plan. It does sound like an excellent plan. Freya says, I wish I could sing, but I could never leave my offspring. I've I'm pretty much, in Australia, like, I'd love to buy property here, but it's just out of price. You just can't do it. Too expensive. Like 20 years ago, you could buy a awesome paddocks, awesome properties, but it's just more difficult these days. It's too expensive. Yeah, that's right. Sam says, yeah, Sicily. Yeah, totally. There's all like whole villages full of like beautiful houses, and all they need is a bit of work. Like, you know, and they're selling them for like $1 each because they want people to come back and move there. There's all these places where after World War II, it just went into decline and just people like moved away from these towns, and like the houses went into disrepair. So it's like, but these houses are hundreds of years old, a lot of them. So it's like, you put a bit of work into it, but then it's going to last. They're solid buildings and stuff. Freya says, I said, Sam, not sing. I'm actually a wonderful singer. I'm sure you are, Freya. Like, when you start your YouTube channel, you'll have to start singing on it. Now, totally. Sky says, my internal mountain of hurt and weird feels like I'm trying to climb the mountain with a blindfold, and everywhere I grip is slippery, and that mountain convexes back over my head. I tell you what, look, we can do a mindfulness exercise right now. This is a meditation that's used, not just mindfulness. So, if everyone wants to, like, that's a perfect example. So just sit comfortably and, close your eyes, and visualize a mountain. Visualize a mountain. It could be a mountain, so a place you've been to. It could be like a picture from like a painting, or a movie, famous mountain. But just picture this mountain. Now, it's really solid, this mountain, and it's beautiful. It's got trees on it, and you can see, there's a stream of water that's flowing down the mountain in a river. But when you're looking at this mountain, you suddenly see that there's clouds appear behind the mountain, and these clouds, they get stronger and bigger and imposing, and there's thunder and lightning, and it starts to rain heavily on the mountain. A big storm's coming over the mountain, and while this storm's raining all this rain down, the mountain just stands there solid, and the rain's so intense that it causes the creek river that is flowing, and the waterfall that is there on the mountain, to become very intense, because there's so much water hitting this mountain. It's just getting drenched in rain. And then, after this rain, it clears up and there's sunshine again, and the mountain's there in full view with the sunshine, but the water is still flowing very heavily because of all that rain. Then the next lot of clouds come over, and it's not just rain. This time it's a blizzard, and it covers the entire mountain in snow. Very thick layer of snow is now covering the mountain, but the mountain is still there, solid. It doesn't move, And then you see this mountain, the snow melts away as time passes, and the mountain is there behind it. It's always there, It hasn't moved at all. So this mountain's able to take storm and blizzard, and it doesn't change. It stays solid where it is. So now visualize yourself as the base of the mountain is your lower part of your body, and then the upper part of the mountain is your upper part of your body, your torso and your head and your arms. Visualize yourself inside the mountain as if you were a giant, like visualize yourself inside the mountain. But you're not like some small thing. You're you're just as great and strong and big and large as the mountain itself. So the very top of the mountain is the top of your head, and the base of the mountain is your feet. And now think about how, the storm came through and it shook all the trees, and it made the river flood and the waterfall overflow, and then it had blizzard come through and cover it in snow, and it still stayed there, and that's so. Remember, you are strong, and you're as strong as that mountain. So as things around you change, and they can be very, very major things, essentially it's not going to change you. You're going to remain solid and steady and steadfast. So you are the mountain. And whenever you need strength, visualize the mountain. Think of the mountain and think that you are the mountain, and that the mountain does not move. It is unchanged. So things will happen around it, but the mountain will stay steady. So I really like that meditation. I think it's really awesome. So I've just opened my eyes again. When you do that and you visualize yourself inside the mountain, and then you are the mountain, it gives you strength. So whenever you need strength to remind yourself to be strong, just remember you are the mountain, and that thunderstorms and rain and blizzards, it's not going to affect you. You're still going to stay where you are. It's going to cause a change in things, but the mountain itself remains steady and solid and doesn't move. So I think it's a really powerful meditation, that one. Sam says, I'm a crap singer, but I love to listen. Alex is here. Awesome. How you going, Alex? Alex says, I vote for Italy. So we're all, that's it. We should do a poll. I'll write down Italy. Alex says Italy. Italy would be nice. I've never been to Europe, but Italy would be pretty awesome. It's a pretty cool idea of people chipping in for a place to go. It'd be a great idea for a charity. Like, I've got this dream of doing that, creating a sort of a place, a charity where people can go and live. Maybe that could happen, Maybe we could have like a place in Italy, a place in Portugal, a place in Australia, like like a positive place, somewhere where you want to be. It's not like where you can start your life again. This is my dream. It's like giving people an opportunity to learn something new, like a new skill, or multiple new skills, and like contribute to a small community. And I like the idea where you could integrate you could still like you could have a job where you're working within society itself, but your living arrangements are you're living on this property with like-minded people that are respectful, um, and so everyone's on that healing journey. So just imagine that. How good would that be? And everyone chips in when like someone needs a house. So everyone um, brings their tools and their wheelbarrows and their shovels and you know chips in and helps build a house, but for the person. And then when that person's like when the next person needs a house, everyone chips in to help build that house. And same thing with food, like when you might have one person that has a field or a couple of fields of plants like produce, but then when it comes to harvest, they're like you have to ask everyone, and everyone comes and harvests the food, and that's sort of how people still live like that in a lot of parts of the world, and that sort of community we've lost, especially in the West, and it used to be like village life used to have, you know, um, everyone sort of chipped in and everyone looked after each other. No one starved. You know what I mean? I think there's a capacity for us to go back to that sort of lifestyle. So I hope everyone liked that mountain meditation I just did. Practice it. Um, you know, close your eyes and imagine the mountain, and imagine the storm coming through, and the mountain just stays solid. Nothing changes on the mountain. Everything changes around it. It's the strength of the mountain is um, steadfast. It's impermeable. It's like um, and you can call on it. Like um, I've got a tree that I adopted this tree, and so when I am in a difficult place, I think of the tree, and it's not far from me. Like I can go. It's raining now, but I could go there if I needed to and sit under it. Um, but I know it's there, and like I know that. And when I'm stressed out, like I focus on the tree. So it doesn't have to be a mountain; it could be a tree. Trees don't live forever. Mountains don't live forever as well, but they pretty much live forever. There's like a eternity aspect to mountains, even though they're constantly eroding and breaking down. They last for much longer. But beauty of trees is they just keep growing, so they get bigger and bigger. So if you adopt a tree as your safe place, you can focus on it when you need it, and that's what I do. I'd think of the tree, and it's standing there like strong. So I'm thinking of that tree right now, actually, because it's raining and it's getting soaking up all the rain. But I love that comment, Alex. I vote for Italy. Sam says exactly we can do it. Freya says, yeah, that sounds like a lot like I went through the other night, Luke. That's it. Like, yeah, like a heavy trigger. It's like you're overwhelmed, and I think that might be what Sky's going through now. Like, because um, by doing self-reflection and shadow work or that sort of stuff, like it really does have a carry-on effect afterwards, and it catches you off guard. So you go through like a euphoria. There's a release and a relief, and you're like, oh, I feel so much better. I've actually processed this stuff. And then like a day later, or like not even a day later, sometimes it's only a few hours later, it sets in, and it's a different, whole different trauma response to what you normally get. It's like a dull ache, and it's overwhelming. It makes things difficult to think. You can't think properly, and because you're overwhelmed with too many emotions, you can't even, like, it's easier when you've got only a few things going on. At least then you can actually associate with the pain. But when it's this like overwhelming feeling, you can't separate out the different emotions, and you just like, it's always there, and um, it's, for me, yeah, like I notice the difference. It's this whole different thing, but at least it doesn't last for too long. Like the most it's lasted for me is a few days, maybe a week, in that particular state. You know, whereas other trauma responses, I'll get stuck. I've been stuck in them for weeks and months. You know, it's almost like um, you just recover from being in a trauma response, and you get a few days of calm, and then it's back again. So you could almost say it's like constant. But at least with those trauma responses, they're more particular, and there's ways you can deal with them. Whereas I think like what Freya went through the other night, or this last week, and what Sky's going through is similar to what I'm sort of thinking about. Like it's this overwhelming, and it's because you that. And again, Freya mentioned this to me the other day when we are chatting. Like that's the healing. That's part of the healing. So you're healing when that's happening, because you're processing. You've processed, and this is post processing. So I think at this time, just being kind to yourself, um, self compassion, um, and avoiding complex situations, complex stuff. Like we're having this chat here right now. Like um, you could argue that that could be triggering or too much, but it's pretty relaxed. We're just having a chat. Like we're talking about buying land in Portugal and Italy. How awesome is that? You know, um, and it's the beauty of it too is there's no other associations connected. So it's separate from your day-to-day personal life. So it allows you to go through the pain of what you're going through without having these additional strains, because you know we know it, all of us know each other, but we're not all living in the same area. And I find those things triggers is when you're going through a major trauma response, and you're surrounded by people that you become self-conscious of your own um, behavior or actions. It's almost like I often will tell people, "Oh, I'm going through a bit of stuff at the moment," just like Sky did, at the start of the chat. I'm going through a lot of stuff, which is a really great thing to do. But then when it's like people that you're living with or working with or in close contact with, you have this self-conscious fear um, that they're having to experience you going through the state, so then you become, it's like being self-conscious, but it's like you feel uneasy because you feel like you're imposing on other people, but you're not. That's the thing you got to remember. Like, um, so a big thing is that you amplify what you think you're projecting, but when you're in that state, you're actually closed off, and then that can be the self-conscious thing, is that you're like, I'm so closed off at the moment, um, it's making people around me uncomfortable, and then you become self-conscious about it, and that's not good, because you really need to be just going through the healing aspect or recovery in that time, and not to be worried about that stuff. So I'm just speaking from personal experience with that stuff, is like being very self-conscious when you're going through those states, and also letting people know around you, and even when you let them know and they go, totally, I get it, totally cool, like, you're doing well, they're reassuring you and everything, but then you still feel like you're not necessarily dragging everyone down or being negative or depressive around other people. It's just like you feel like you're causing a disturbance, but you're not. That's the thing. You just got to remind yourself in those situations. You're like, you're not. You compare that to someone who's being arrogant or rude or aggressive or narcissistic. That's the complete opposite. Like, you got nothing to worry about. Like, so, but the problem is when it's you're self-conscious. You're self-aware and self-conscious, and you're got this inflated um, fear of how people are going to deal with you in this state. Um, and another thing with that is feeling like other people are having to be more self-conscious about you. Like, they're worried about what they say, because now they're aware that you're upset. So um, they change their behavior around you, and then it's like this cycle. It just keeps going around in a circle. So the best thing I can say with that is just don't worry about it. That if you're not being rude or arrogant or narcissistic or aggressive, then you've got nothing to worry about in those situations. But you know, sometimes it's good to have space and go through that stuff yourself and don't be around people. And other times it's really good to actually just be around people in that state, and just um, it helps you through it. And so that's like being here right now, is it's helping with that. Um, it's I mean, just thinking about this stuff, is overwhelming for me. Like, I'm thinking about so many different times and experiences where I've been in a similar situation and then been self-conscious, and you know, what all I'm trying to say is, you know, you don't need to worry so much about other people, and other people shouldn't worry so much about the individual that's stated that they're going through difficult times, because both parties can make it more difficult for each other. So just simple acknowledgement, like, yep, no worries, take it easy, like, I'm here for you. Don't feel like, you have to, if you're going through difficult stuff, don't force yourself to be all cheery and stuff, because I know, Sky, you're got a great sense of humor. When you're in a happy mood, you're making everyone laugh and smile and stuff. And just because things are tough at the moment, you're not making us frown. You know what I'm saying? Um, in fact, I appreciate so much the fact that we're all here right now. This being present here right now. I've got like I've got I've been typing up poems all night onto the computer for this book I'm going to try and publish, and I wrote this one last week, and it's called Healing. So I'll read it. So it's called Healing. Part of the pain is letting go. Just when it goes, like pulling weeds, light reaches the hidden. Weeds are just plants we don't want, and now they start to grow, being fed by the rain. So who spread the seeds? Now that you know, the pasture is now ridden. It all looks the same. What's good with wild horses is to them it's all feed. If it weren't not for them, we would find who's to blame. As they feed, they also sow. Then all of a sudden, the pain starts to go. Without any need, healing starts to show. So, yeah, that was a poem I wrote through the week. Thanks for everyone listening. And it's like the weeds are. People see weeds as being bad, but they're actually nutritious food for horses and other animals, and even humans can eat a lot of weeds. And it's just giving it that time, having something will come along and it will correct it, and suddenly it goes back to pasture. You know what I mean? Before you know it, the grasses have returned. And the whole thing about healing is that all of a sudden the pain starts to go. That pressure, um, and then the healing starts to show. Like when when you've gone past that stage, and that's when you're laughing again. That's when you're finding joy in things again. Um, But that struggle, that pain is part of it all. So it's like, it can be overwhelming, but as long as it's not debilitating. If it's debilitating, then that's when you reach out and or you go to ground. You just slow down. You slow right down. When it's not so bad, that's when you can be busy and active, and that'll speed up that process there. And but when it's major stuff, sort of like in that poem, like the analogy was like the whole pasture had got taken over by the weeds, and all of a sudden, after like the thing that came through to heal it, which were the horses, it turned it the whole thing went back to the way it was, or it should be. The whole thing went back, and there'd always be weeds there, but they won't be in the same. It's not like they've taken over, So Sam says, yeah, it's so cheap. Yeah, that's it. We should start a fund, like and we'll all save up. That's a really awesome idea. It's like buy a property somewhere, and we can all go live there. Freya says, it was such a huge hurdle. I didn't even see it coming emotionally and physically, but it did pass, like you said, once I allowed it. Yeah, that's exactly it. You had to go through the fully feeling. So fully feeling the emotion, and then it still might be 12 hours, 24 hours, 2 or 3 days sometimes, but it passes eventually, Red Rose says, Sky, just remember what I told you a few months back: 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second at a time. You can do this, my friend. See, while I was doing that mountain meditation, I got so far behind in the chat. This happens even today when I thought, oh yeah, it won't be Oh, this is awesome. I'm reading now where everyone's like listening to me doing the meditation. MJG's here. Awesome. How you going, MJG? Awesome to see you. And Eric's here as well. Eric Nemortas from Florida. Awesome. So we got everyone's from all over the place today. It's awesome. So I'm trying to catch up. I've got to go back to where I was. Here we go. Yeah, Freya says definitely need a water source. That's for sure. Got to keep it self-sustaining. Oh, this is when it was all cut, like, because the stream cut out earlier and it dropped down to 0. So I was worried it was going to stop. So yeah, Alex is saying, hey, Rose, I'm here. MJG's here. Awesome. How you going, MJG? Always love to see you in the chat and with us. Red Rose says, that happened the other night on Brian's live. The numbers were off. Yeah, I think it's to do with maybe it's just YouTube just dealing with all live streams and stuff. I've noticed stuff not playing properly. I mean, they do well for like putting on this massive website that streams video to the whole planet. So Freya says, especially if you're collaborating with others who aren't doubting. Yeah, that's a big thing. MJG says, hi, Rose, Alex, Sky, and everyone, of course. Awesome. Sky says, hi, MJG. Freya says, yeah, no one has left. The numbers are funky. Yeah, that's cool. It's good. Red Rose says, Freya, that's so wonderful to hear. I know that it made your happy heart. Freya says, yeah, does James doing fine, and I see people coming in, not leaving. Awesome. So yeah, so that was basically when the stream was going weird. Red Rose says, Sky, you're most welcome, my friend. Red Rose got the hugs for Alex. Freya says, I will light a candle for you, Sky, and I'll send love and light your way as you consent. That's beautiful. Focused attention and thought is a really powerful thing, you know. Just knowing someone's out there, you know, thinking about you. Like I've got a friend who's got a serious health thing going on, and I just think about her every day. I don't go overboard with it, but I just try and send positive vibes. You know what I mean? It's like prayers, very similar to like prayers, but it's just like focusing happy, friendly thoughts, just hoping that um, simple things like just I think I hope you're not in. I hope you're comfortable. I hope you're not in discomfort, and you know I want you to heal as quick as you can, and that you are going to get better. You know, you just got to go through this pain for a while, and things will get better. MJG's got the roses. Eric's saying, yeah, joining from Florida. Sam says, all over the world, I've seen them. They don't want us to know or get together. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, YouTube's pretty awesome though. Like they it's been pretty stable for pretty much most of my streams. There's only a few streams where it drops out and stuff like that. And you know, I did have troubles when I started talking about controversial stuff to do with like, you know, like therapy and medical industry and stuff. So I don't know if it was glitch or what, but it just made me think, you know, it's better for me to just speak positive stuff and not go into the negative stuff. It's probably better overall for that to do that. Red Rose says, hi, Eric. I'm from Louisiana. Nice to meet you. That's it. You're neighbours. Sam says, my back garden, lol. Harmony's here. How you going, Harmony? Nice to meet you. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. It's really nice to see you. It's a nice name, Harmony Seeker. Harmony says, looks like I came here at the right time. Awesome. MJG says, hi, Eric. Sam says, yeah. Yes, England's always flooding and cloudy. And Sam, you live in a part of England that's close to the coast with like mountain ranges and stuff. So you get like, you're exposed to like the weather too where you live. But it's a pretty beautiful part of the UK. So much better than living in one of the super dense cities or whatever. Yeah, no snow. Yeah, that's it, because you're near the ocean and you're on the southern. So like, it's the closest thing you got to the tropical in UK, I think. But it still gets freezing cold. It just doesn't snow. Red Rose says, Luke, that brought tears to my eyes. What a fabulous, yeah, the mountain. Beautiful. So you like the mountain meditation. Awesome. Just visualize the mountain. Whenever you need strength, just close your eyes and just imagine the mountain, and just know that imagine yourself inside the mountain and you are the mountain, you know, and that the mountain is not going to change. It's not going to move. All this stuff can happen around it. it's going to be unchanged. That's the strength of the mountain. Yeah, Red Rose says, hey, Harmony Seeker. Oh yeah, Red Rose says to MJG with the roses and the hearts. Freya says, yeah, hello, Harmony. I can't think of anything better to seek. Yeah, that's it. Seeking harmony is a beautiful thing. Sam says charity begins at home. That's a beautiful, that it does. Anything really you need to like, and I was sort of talking about this in the last stream, is that, yeah, everything starts, if you can work on your area closest to you, and then it spreads out, and then other people, it benefits people around you. If everyone else is doing that same thing around you, everyone's going to get lifted up, and their life's going to become better. If you try and focus on too big a thing that's far away, you're neglecting what you need to be doing, which is what's closer to home. And so here's an example. I did some garden work last week, and I made a big pile of the green waste, like all the branches and the palm fronds and all that stuff. And I didn't get around to taking it to the recycling, to the tip where they take all the green waste. And now we've had rain, so it's all sodden, and like when I do go to take it, it's just going to be like a mess. And that just reminded me, like, my own, like, I should have been taking more care of my own stuff. And yeah, I had reasons to not get around to it, but like, I could have got it done. And now it's raining. I can't do anything about it until it stops raining. And even when it stops raining, it's going to be full of water, and it's just going to make a mess. So it's a lesson there, like, I should have focused on finishing the job at home that needed to be done, and I wouldn't have that problem now. So Red Rose says, yeah, Freya, 100%. Freya says, hello, Alex and MJG. Sky says, thanks, Luke. Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad you all enjoyed that meditation. It's awesome when that happens. That just happened all of a sudden. Someone mentioned something close to that, and I was just like, oh, I'll do the mountain meditation. It's a really good one. And now you know it, you can visualize it, and you can pick a mountain too. You can pick your favorite mountain in the world. It helps if it's a mountain that's near where you live. If you don't have mountains, in your area, you could pick something else that is similar. But it doesn't have to be that you've got the mountain that is down the road from where you live. It could be a mountain from a painting. It's still just as powerful. Sky says, hi, Harmony. Sam says, goats, ducks, and chickens. Awesome. We got a permaculture food farm happening where everyone's going to get fed. We'll have fields of barley and corn and oats. We'll grow oats and mustard. We got to grow lots of mustard seed to make mustard, and we've got to have orchards as well, like fruit, lots of fruit, different types of fruit, stone fruits, grapes, oranges. We've got to have citrus, very important. So this is awesome. We'll make this happen. Freya says that would be truly amazing, harmonious even. Totally. Freya says that sounds like Amish. The Amish, yeah, the Amish are pretty cool. I watched a lot of documentaries on them, and they're a little bit strict with stuff, but like overall, like they do sort of come across like they're oppressive towards women, but in the documentaries I've watched, it looks like the women actually have got a lot of power and control in the families and in the groups, and they're respected. It just sort of looks like it from the outside, that it is actually quite egalitarian, you know. But I think it's cool with like Amish how they use horses and carriages and stuff. I reckon that's awesome. Sky says, I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you. Awesome, Sky. I hope you're feeling a bit better, and just keep just knowing that we're here for you is such a good thing. And that's what I love about this. I've got so much support from doing these live streams, from just knowing that there's people out there that like care about me and just want me to get better. So we're doing the same here for you, Sam says, I don't like Snow Loop, but the rest was good. Yeah, totally. Well, that's it. Like, we don't get much snow in Australia. So we do have mountain ranges that have got, we have quite extensive mountain ranges that get snow. But it's only in like a couple of places. And I've never been to the snow. And I feel a bit strange even using that in the meditation, because it's like we don't get blizzards and snow, but most parts of the world get it. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying with that. Like I haven't, like I think I'm going to change that meditation and suit the Australian landscape. So maybe instead of like a blizzard comes through, there's a fire that burns through, burns all the grass and singes the trees, but then they all grow back again, So Freya says, I'll light a candle for you. It's okay with you, Sky. Yeah, totally do it. I've already got these candles. We can be in on it for you, Sky. But I tell you what, a big thing with that fully feeling is like when you're in that pain, that deep pain, feel it, acknowledge it, think about where it is in your body and what the actual emotions are. It's very powerful doing that. The more you do that, the more aware you become of your presence. I forget the word. I wrote it down the other day. Proprioception is the word. Proprioception. And it's like awareness of the body and the feelings that you're feeling at that time. So it's not just the physical side, it's the emotional side as well. But I think it's also maybe more, in a technical term, it's like knowing where you are. Like I'm sitting on a chair right now. So my proprioception is like I'm sitting cross-legged on a chair. So it's awareness of that. But you can extend it to the emotional state. Are you sure? Says resilient. Awesome. That's exactly it. That meditation is all about resilience. Freya says, I have white candles that bless for healing when I do meditations. That's it. Candles for meditations are very powerful. And you can do the open-eyed meditations where you actually look at the flame or look at the candle. Um, very powerful. Freya says, yeah, and I agree, snow is beautiful, but I don't want to be anywhere near it, lol. Freya says, it hurts my bones. Freya says, no problem at all, Sky. Sam says, lol. Red Rose says, Sky, my friend, we've always got your back. You've always been here for us, and that has really meant a lot. I still have the poem that you wrote for me continued. Sky, the beautiful words of your poem are right here on my bedside table. I read your poem often, and it puts a smile on my face. That's beautiful. Rose says, yeah, I don't like a purging effect, but it's so powerful once you transmute it. Yeah, totally. Freya continues, when you take responsibility for all the things, literally empowers you to start making the changes. No one else can do it but you. That's the big thing, is that all healing happens from within, and it's that's a big thing. I got to take a break for like 30 seconds. I'll be really quick. I'll be back. How good is this chat? We're really we're having an awesome chat tonight. Well, I keep saying tonight. Whenever I do these morning streams, I keep saying tonight, and it's morning. I've been up all night. That's why. Freya says, yeah. When you take responsibility for all the things, literally empowers you to start making the changes. No one else can do it but you. That's right. I read that one, but that's a really powerful, and it sums it up. Red Rose says, Sky. I know, I read that one too. Sam says, yeah, that's concrete slabs behind your head. Yeah, totally. I made them. No, it's not. They're not dangerous. They're all just sitting on top of each other. It would take, and they're sort of leaning back against the wall. So there's very little chance of them ever falling over. So it does look precarious, but they're just sitting on top of each other. But they're about that wide, so they're solid. Freya says, yeah, it was about 2 days for me. Perfect timing for Thanksgiving gathering. So like you had 2 days of intense trauma trigger, and then it all just cleared up just in time for Thanksgiving. So that's perfect. Sky says, thanks, Red. That's awesome. I'm happy that you've gotten something from it with the heart. That's beautiful. Freya says, definitely self-love Even do some physical things like take a nice bath, put some salt in it, and eat what you like to eat, what you like to do, something nature, read a book, anything that you like, and that would calm you. Absolutely, that's it. You know, I think I've shown you. This is like I've got this is a self care list. You know, like this is my diary, and I don't use it as much since I got a smartphone again a few months ago. Um, but yeah, it's good having a couple of lists of things. So when you are in that state, you consult your list and you go, what can I do? You know, I can't go. It's raining right now. I can't go outside unless I want to go for a walk in the rain, which is nice. You know, so it's good having that list there ready to go, so that you don't you don't even have to think about it. And making the decision can be difficult. You know, Freya says it's vital that you put yourself first during these self-reflective healing moments. Absolutely. Continues in solitude can be invaluable. It's necessary, I feel, for a healthy adult to have some solitude on a regular basis. It's different for everyone how much. Yeah, I agree. Um, I've been in solitude for too long. You know, so this is my social engagement, having these chats. So I need to. I got friends who've got a party tonight, and I'm not going to be able to make it. And I've like if I was going to be going, I'd be in full anxiety mode right now. But because I already made the decision that I wasn't going to go, I don't have that anxiety. But like totally. Um, Red Rose says, Sky, yes, my friend, your poem is really beautiful. And every time I read it, I have a big smile on my face. Your writing came straight from your heart. And I appreciate it very much. It's beautiful. Freya says, yes, the heart needs to crack open so the light can get in. That's it. Freya says, totally agree with you. I mean, Red Rose says to Freya. Freya says, yeah, and even if you're causing what some would call a disturbance, you're worth it, and it's okay as long as you're not being abusive in any way. That's exactly it. So, you know, even just being negative and stuff, like I find I can become negative. That's probably the closest thing I get to bad reactions. So I'm negative about everything, and that brings everyone down around me. So that's when I go, okay, don't say anything at all. And that works. As soon as you do that, like it works. Freya says, yeah, I feel sometimes in some situations a disturbance might be necessary even. Yeah, true. You do need like yes, I agree with that. Absolutely. Um Distraction and changing your scenery, big things. Um you can get stuck for longer than you need to be in that state if you don't, you know, energize yourself out of that state. And it could be as simple as going and switching the light on, a second light in the room so it's brighter. Um, Putting on some loud music or something. You know, doing something around the house that you've put off doing for ages, but it's going to require you being energetic. And while you're doing it, consciously be energetic about it. Don't do it slowly. Like do it at a fast pace, and like yeah, shifts your attention. A short walk around the block is really powerful. I used to do that a lot. I'd get into a state and then I'd just like throw the shoes on and I'd just walk around the block. And by the time I got home, I felt better again. Yeah, Freya continues, they might be nervous and concerned, yes. And there's the other side to the coin. They could even take advantage of someone who's vulnerable in that way. Yeah, totally. That so you are vulnerable when you're in that state. So you do have to be aware of that you could be taken advantage of. You're in those situations, take solitude. Red Rose says, Freya, oh, what you just said, the heart needs to crack open the light, get in. I'm going to write that down on paper with a quote by Freya. That's actually similar to a Rumi quote, isn't it? Sounds very similar to a Rumi poem or something. Freya says, me too, Luke, and all the different angles that it could be from different possible situations. Totally. Brace continues, well, I'm sure I didn't say I'm sure I heard it somewhere, but thank you. I'm glad it hit home. Yeah, that's it. I think it is. Like it's very close to a Rumi quote. Um, and the beauty of the beauty of quotes and sayings is that, it's like the folk traditions, like they change. You get it's like they get retranslated and um, made to fit better the circumstance of the situation. And I really loved what you said, the way you said it. So I prefer that translation to the other one I heard anyway. Um, Freya says, no, I think most of us here can hold space for each other. My experience the other night was so valuable. Awesome to hear that. Freya says, beautiful poem, Luke. Thank you. Freya says, I don't believe in weeds. Dandelions are my favorite flower. Absolutely. Well, see those two tiles there. See these two? That pattern on those tiles they're made from dandelion flowers. So when I made the tiles, I collected all these dandelion flowers, and they were ones from the side of a roadside, so you couldn't make tea from them because of all the pollution. So I collected them all, and the other one I collect half of them were from a. I was mowing a friend's yard when I had a gardening business. Part of my business was gardening, and like it was covered in dandelions. So I was like, before I mow this, I'm just going to pick all these flowers. And so I picked all the flowers before I mowed it. And because they were all going to get mowed and put through the mower. So I was like, I've got to collect these. I was going to make dandelion wine too with them, but then I didn't do that. Ended up making these two tiles with it. Dandelions are the best. I love dandelions. And they do so much. Like, when horses compact the ground and make if you've got dandelions growing in a place where grass is, it's a sign that the ground is compacted. And dandelions actually act as a healer for the soil. So most other soft plants like lucerne and grasses, even grasses, you think grasses are pretty tough with what they grow, but like when the soil is too compacted, grasses can't penetrate it. But dandelions they send these, like, they got this, they got massive root ball, and that's what you can make coffee out of. Like, you can make a dandelion coffee or roast dandelion root ball tea, and it's sort of like a coffee type drink. Red Rose says, Freya, yes, having someone just to be there, hold space for you, is something which is very special and meaningful. I find it to be one of the best things in the world. Even if just a complete silence, with knowing that that person is there for me in mind, body, spirit. That's beautiful. Sam says, make excellent plant food weeds. Very useful and medicinal. Absolutely, I totally agree with you, Sam. They are such an important thing. They're misconstrued, aren't they? And I mean, there are certain weeds that cause problems. We have some very noxious weeds growing around, but by the most part, most of them are fine. Freya says allowing yourself a good cry might help as well. That's what I had to do. Yeah, I tell you what, that's in actually another one of my poems. So when I was typing it up, I was talking about I wish I could cry. It's very painful when you want to cry and you can't. That's really painful. I've had that problem, and I've got that at the moment, emotional blunting. So there was a few in the last few months doing these live streams. I've been brought to tears many times during the streams, and I've had big cries in front of everyone, and it was very therapeutic. I didn't feel ashamed or anything. Just I got all emotional, and I felt so good afterwards. And just I can't just get upset and cry at the moment, and it's upsetting because I wish I could, because it's so therapeutic to do. So Sam says I get in trouble for my weeds all the time. Oops, ignoramus. So, what, from like neighbors and stuff like that? Some people don't like seeing any weeds, but maybe you're talking about the stuff you smoke. Maybe not. Sky says, just wanted to say thank you again to everyone. I have to go out soon. Thanks, Luke. Thanks for being here, Sky, and sharing with us that you know, we'll all be thinking of you today. Like, for the rest of the day, we'll be thinking about you. So, totally. Just when I think I'm catching up on the chat, I'm so far behind again. Sam says, night, Sky. Freya says, much love, Sky. Freya says, I'm holding space for you over here. I have your candle lit. Beautiful. Sky's got the big heart. Red Rose says, Sky, you take care, friend. I'm sending you a big hug. Remember what I told you in your hard moments. MJG's got the hands in the green heart. That's beautiful. Red Rose says, Luke, your poem is extremely profound with much depth and insight. Thank you, Red Rose. Freya says, oh, miss him. Hello, Eric. Sam says, weed laws, and they add vitamins to bread because it lacks the vitamins because they made our highly nutritious weeds legal to grow. Yeah, totally. I hear what you're saying. Freya says, yeah, I know what you mean. Not going overboard, but that's why I use candles. It's kind of like a timer. Red Rose says, mountain strength. Awesome. Kat's here. How you going, Kat? Awesome to see you. So awesome. I saw that Instagram thing you did the other day with all the forest bits of video of like all the bits of the forest. It looks so awesome. So I haven't been able to go to the bush or to the forest myself this week, but I'm going to do it this week now. After this weekend, I can't go on the weekend, but next week I'll make sure I get there. Didn't you know what happened this week is I lost a day, and it was like it literally it was Thursday, and I didn't realize it was Thursday. And when that happens, you know there's something going on. You know, I had a few dramas through the week, and that's what happened. So I just lost track of time, and then I was like, I can't believe it's Thursday. You know, where did the week go? You know, I'm normally like I wear a wristwatch every day, and like you know, how can you know, how can you lose a day? But I didn't lose it because I'm not on drugs or anything. It's just like stress, I think. It's awesome to see Kat. Red Rose says, Kat, my friend, with the hugs. MJG says, hello, Kat, with the cat as well. Kat says, Red Rose, hope you're doing well. Freya says, I'm off to feed the little ones. It's dinner time here. Much love to you all, especially you, Luke. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Freya. Kat says, hi, MJG. MJG says, bye, Freya. Nice dinner time. Have a nice dinner time. MJG's got the green heart. Beautiful. Red Rose says, Kat, thank you. I'm having a great evening. Send awesome thoughts your way. Freya says, thank you so much. Freya says, I already feel loyal to this group. I've never commented or anything or put myself out there like this. I'm so glad I did. Well, that's what happened. Hey, like last stream, it was like fortune. You know, you saw the thing, and you were like, oh, I'll check this out, and then we just had this amazing chat. It was really good. So I'm really glad that you found us, and we'll see you again next time. Kat says, thank you, dear. I'm happy to hear you're having a great night with the crescent moon. That's beautiful. Red Rose says, Freya, enjoy your dinner. Talk to you later on. Y'all have a wonderful night. Kat says, take care, Freya. Red Rose says, Freya with the roses and the hearts. Freya's got the stars and the hearts. Red Rose says, Kat, you're most welcome. MJG says, dear all, I have to go to sleep. Midnight here. Enjoy. Love you all. Thanks for being here, MJG. That's what I just realized too. It's Saturday morning here. It's like it's 9:30 in the morning. So that's the thing. I'm actually as soon as I finish this stream, I'm going to sleep myself because I've been up since yesterday. So even though I'm in Australia, like my sleeping patterns are, I'm awake all night now, and I sleep sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon. So that's the way it works. Like sometimes I won't be able to get to sleep until about 2 in the afternoon. Other times I get 3 or 4 hours sleep in the morning, and then that could be all I need for the rest of the day. So I'm adjusting to it, but it has hit me a few times where I've basically hit a wall, just like not slept for 2 days because of it. So MJG, love to have you here. Much love, and we'll see you next time. Red Rose says, MJG, have an awesome night, my friend. Talk to you soon. Kat says, take care, MJG. Sleep well. MJG says, bye, Luke. Mail you later. Awesome. Yeah, totally. I meant to send you a message the other day. I was like, oh, been meaning to, and then I was like, I didn't get around to it. So thank you for reminding me. Maybe you'll do it first, and then we'll get keep a chat going. Got to do that totally. I look forward to a message or an email. MJG says thanks, Rose and Kat. Red Rose says, Kat, me and Mum are kicking off the holiday season with our movies. We're going to watch The Holiday tonight. I'm so excited. Red Rose says, MJG, you're most welcome. Kat says, oh, sounds fantastic. I haven't seen The Holiday. It's a great time to start getting into the Christmas mood with movies. Don't forget the popcorn. Absolutely. Yeah, that's it. Red Rose says, Kat, it's already good movie. Yes, we have popcorn and cookies at the ready. Are you sure? Says, I hope it's all right. I could share an app that's been helping me feel awesome. Yeah, let us know what the app is. Um, I'm always interested in that stuff. So hopefully you've put that in the comment further down. Kat says, I will have to watch it and get in the holiday mood. Sounds like a great movie night ahead. Awesome. Kat says, I love Elf and Harry Potter at Christmas time. My son loves Home Alone. At the moment, we watch it nearly every day, lol. Totally. When I was in high school, I did film and television, and we had an assignment to recreate 5 minutes out of a movie, and I picked Home Alone, and I was Joe Pesci. I had like the trench coat and the hat, and we had a friend who had an air rifle, and so we used his air rifle and got all the shots of the. It was so funny, man. It was so funny. Everyone was laughing so much watching it. It was like that 5 minute scene, when they first go to try and break in, and he's there with the air rifle, shoots him in the temple. So classic. That is a classic movie, eh? I saw this really funny thing. It was like a YouTube video, and it was like a theory that um, the family in Home Alone was actually like mobsters, gangsters, organized crime. And he fully breaks it down. He goes, look at this guy. Look, don't they just look like a family of mobsters? You know, and they're going there like money laundering holiday over to Europe, and they're careless. That's why they forget about their son. It was like I love those theories that people come up with for movies and stuff like that. But yeah, totally. Just when you talked about Home Alone, that brought me back to when we made 5 minutes of it, like for like film and television assignment. I was like Joe Pesci with the hat and the trench coat, and yeah, it was fun. Kat says, "Yes, please do. Are you sure? Yeah, I want to find out what this app is. Awesome. So, are you sure? Says right. It's called How We Feel. Are you sure? Says thanks, Kat. I got distracted. That's all right. I'll look it up right now. Kat says, I will check it out. Thanks for sharing. It's a great finding helpful apps. It's been using the mood tracker this year nearly every day. It's helped a lot. That's awesome. Like I downloaded an app for because I did this nonviolent communication course, and it's someone made an app and it was no good. It's like it doesn't help. So um, how we feel. Kat says, thank you, Luke. I'm missing the forest too. I hope to make it there. I hope you make it there. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, I will. I'll definitely make it there this week. It's so good for the soul. Totally is. Awesome. So it's a here we go. How we feel project, an emotional well-being journal. Looks pretty cool. It's got 100,000 downloads and it's got 4.8 stars for review, and it's free. So I'm downloading it right now. Are you sure? Thanks for the referral. I'm checking it out. Yeah, it was cool. Like I did the third, my third mindfulness training teacher session yesterday, and the dude that I'm like teaching, he told me about this book, and I started writing it down, and he's like, before I even like I realized, I was like, I'll look it up, and I bought it. It's called "It's on Me" by Sarah Kubrick, and it was like on Google Books, but like he was telling me about the book. He's like, "Oh, this book I'm reading. It's really good," and that, and like while he was telling me about it, I typed it in, and it was like $15, and I'm like, I got $15. I'll buy it. So it was like, I said, dude, I just bought it. And he goes, that's awesome. He had the physical copy. So I've got so many books right now. Like on my ebooks, I've got like 5 trauma books and a vagus nerve exercise book. I've got like 3 or 4 fiction books. I've got like like some real classic ones, like some like um, books on meditation, like samadhi and like um, yoga practices, and like the complete works of Plato, and what's the other one I got recently? Plotinus, which was another Greek philosopher. There we go. Try strategies to help you in the moment. Continue. Awesome. Energized or peaceful, loved, impassioned, jealous, fatigued, disheartened. So there you go. I've got the app. Red Rose says, Luke, thank you for another fabulous live, my friend. Get you some sleep now. I will. I probably won't. What's the time? We're at 1:40. 1 hour 43. I'll probably go to 2 hours, I reckon, and I'll end the stream then. Red Rose says, Cat, you must watch it. Yeah, Cat Elf is my favorite Christmas movie. Red Rose says, yeah, we watch Home Alone, Harry Potter too for holidays. Red Rose says, yeah, Cat, me and Mum are watching Elf tomorrow. Red Rose says, are you sure? Thanks so much. Yeah, totally. It's free, made possible by donations. That's good. Data is yours. This is a really good app. Thank you. Are you sure? Like, it's ethical. I like it. Hi and welcome to How We Feel, HWF. Before jumping in, let's explore why you're here. So that's awesome. It's got some preliminary questions to ascertain like what you might be dealing with at the moment. So I want to feel more positive around others. I want to improve how I handle stress and anxiety. I want to understand how emotions work. I want to build better relationships, and or another reason not listed here. I like the emotion one. I'm curious of that. Obviously, you can go back through at different times to reset it. Great. How we feel will help you find the right words to describe your emotions. Find strategies that help you work with your emotions. Identify patterns through daily tracking. How cool is that? Yeah, so it's fully just like these are all different emotions. This totally reminds me of like the lists of like from that nonviolent communication book. So this is brilliant. This is really good. I don't want to get stuck with this app because I will, but it's so cool. Like I really like how well it's made. It's like check it out. These are all the different emotions, and you can move around through the different and see how it all interacts. Like it's a really well made. So you got mellow, sympathetic, comfortable, carefree, tranquil. And then we got tired, fatigued, sad, forlorn, disconnected. Then we go up into the more angry ones. We got envious, contempt, repulsed, troubled, frustrated, worried. This is awesome. And then in the yellow section, it's like surprised, awe, exhilarated, thrilled, successful, amazed, joyful, happy. I hadn't clicked on any, I was just moving around. Okay, so it's asking questions, yeah. I don't want to, I'm going to have to like, I'll go back to this. I like how it works. So that was just like the going through the preliminary. So you pick your emotion and then it asks you why, and then it will keep tailoring it and sending you towards. Kat says, yeah, Home Alone is such a classic film. It's got it all, timeless movie, totally. This is my house and I have to defend it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's yeah, it's one of those like I was growing up when it was released. You know, it was like it was timing for me when so. So it is it's like one of the classic movies from my childhood, I reckon. Um, Red Rose says, "Yeah, awesome, Cat. We love it. You love it. You will love it." Red Rose says, "Cat, we're going to make some elf cookies tomorrow for the movie." Cat's like got the happy faces. Red Rose says, "Yeah, we watch the same movies once a week until the new year." That's a bit of a tradition you do. Cat says, "Oh my god, yes, I can have some while." Yes, I'll send you some cookies. That's an awesome tradition. Thank you, yummy cookies. Red Rose says we will also watch A Christmas Story one night each week. Red Rose says, and It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, that's a classic movie, that one. They used to always play that one this time of year. But they don't show like back I remember growing up, we used to have like every Saturday they would always play black and white movies. Um, they used to play all the classic movies and then they just stopped all of that. You never see any of the classics anymore. But it used to be that they would replay them. It just doesn't. But you know, we got Internet Archive and YouTube's got a lot of free like all the classic neo-noir, well, not neo-noir, the noir from the 50s and 40s. It's all those movies are free, like most of them. You can watch most of the classic ones, which is really cool. I went into that phase years ago, and I just watched all the noir films, and like it's amazing how good they are. They're so much better than the movies they make these days, and they're full on psychological thrillers. You know what I mean? Like the classic movie Gaslight. You know, where gaslighting, the term gaslighting comes from. And there's two versions of it. There's the English version and the American version, and they're both pretty good. I think the English version's better. Uh, but yeah, they used to make all the movies used to be really full on, like about full on narcissists and psychopaths. That was like the main thing. It's like you go. It's like saying back in the day there was some real nasty people around, and so they made the movies about them. And it's like they don't really do it so much these days like that. So yeah, Red Rose says, like, that sounds incredible. I need to scrub up on my Christmas movies. These great suggestions. Awesome. Red Rose says, and Kat, we will watch Scrooge, the 1980s version. Yeah, that's a classic. Bill Murray. Red Rose says, yeah, Kat, please do. You'll enjoy them. Kat says, yeah, it's such a classic. Love that movie. Red Rose says, Cat 100%. Cat says, so many great Bill Murray movies. Totally. Bill Murray's a legend, eh? There's a classic video I love on YouTube. It's like, if you search Bill Murray rant, and it's like, it's just him, like, back in the day, like, when they were doing Saturday Night Live, but he's just there on a pier in New York somewhere. And he's talking about, he's like, just talking about technology and just saying it's all a load of bullshit. And it's so poignant these days because he's talking about modern technology. And he's like talking about robots and things. He's like, you know, yeah, it's pretty funny. Bill Murray rant. It's worth watching. It's just some dude there just going, what's with all this? What's with all this bull stuff, bull crap with modern life? But yeah, like Groundhog Day is probably one of them. That's a classic. That movie. Red Rose says, I like all the versions of Scrooge, but the one made in the 80s is my favorite. Red Rose says, yeah, so funny. Yeah, Bill Murray. Red Rose says, yeah, we'll catch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation too. Yeah, that is pretty funny, the Christmas Vacation. Home Alone, of course. Yeah, Red Rose says, cool, Luke. Are you sure says, it's helped me grow myself up um, exponentially. Yeah, like I really thank you for, are you sure? Thank you for showing me this app. And I'll see if it's remembered where I was. No, it starts because I hadn't gone through the initial thing. But how cool is this? Like, I know this is the intro. I want to build better relationships, so I picked a different one this time. Yeah, find the words. I just love that. You know, it's got all the different emotions and like click on one, cheerful. Describe what might be causing you to feel cheerful. Well, to be honest, I'm not really feeling that cheerful at the moment, but like, um, I do feel more cheerful when I've got boundaries. So I typed in boundaries. How often do you want to check in? I'll say once a day. It says twice a day recommended. Yeah. It says, oh, I don't want notifications yet. I will though. Are you sure? I will. I'm very. Oh, you basically got to accept. Not right now. Yeah, like you need to have the notifications because that's how the app works. It's got to get you to do it. Want to change how you feel? Explore tools for emotional regulation. Click on it and read to get the description. There you go. Red Rose says, "Hey Kat, I just thought about it. I have a recipe for you. It's my Harry Potter butterbeer recipe. It tastes exactly like butterbeer from the Harry Potter world. I'll send it to you on Instagram. I made it up and concocted it. Are you sure?" It says, "Sending you towards tools to regulate, grow, and have grace." Thank you so much. Are you sure? I appreciate it. So I'm doing a check in right now. So I'm feeling low energy, pleasant at the moment, and I'm feeling chill. And then, so what were you doing when you felt chill? Well, chatting with friends. So, friends, home, hanging out. See there, look. So, there's three different categories: themes, people, and places. So, I did exactly what I'm doing right now, like hanging out with friends at home. And that's why I feel chill. Describe what might be causing you to feel chill. Um, Winding down because I've been up all night and I'm about to go to sleep in half an hour or so. Time, weather, sleep, and exercise. So next is physical and emotional health. Learn more about the relationship between your physical and emotional health by automatically syncing data with Health Connect. Get started by syncing your sleep, exercise, and step. I can't do that because I'm not tracking. I don't carry my phone when I go walking and stuff. So now there's four sections. So you got tools, check in tools, friends, and analyze. Discover tools to regulate emotions. Welcome to the new tools section. Browse different kinds of regulation strategies. Easily add to your favorites to your toolbox. This is a really well made app. So you've got like these quick buttons here. So when you actually come across something cool, you go, yep, put that, save that to the list. Identify the inequalities you possess when you're at your best. Best selfie. Identify your inequalities possessed when you're at your very best. Imagine yourself at your best. Create a visual reminder of your inner superpowers. So, as an artist, friend, partner, co worker. So it's like got all these cartoons of the different dudes. Sounds of music, yeah. Red Rose says, yeah, we make several batches each time we watch the movies. We have a Harry-thon. Classic. So you watch that around Christmas as well, do you? Red Rose says, Kat, I just started a new Instagram feed. I'll be able to follow you on it. I was thinking I was already following you on there. If not yet, I'm meant to. It's my letter writing feed. Yeah, that's right. Red Rose has started a new feed with her letters. Kat's leaving us. Thanks for being here, Kat. It's been really nice having this chat this morning. Really enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time. I'm going to do a stream again tomorrow night, Sunday night stream. But yeah, time to start the day here. Thanks for the chat. Awesome way to start the day. I hope you blessed day evening. Thank you so much, Kat. Much love. Red Rose says, you too, Kat. Big hug for you. Kat says, oop, I'll accept you, Red Rose. Looking forward to trying your recipe. I'll try, you know how I go. Red Rose says, yeah, Kat. Kat says, big hugs right back at you. Enjoy the movies. Red Rose says, yes. Thanks. I'm gonna end the stream here too. I think we're all let's all say good night to each other, or goodbye, and we'll catch up again soon because it's good timing. So I think, are you sure, Red Rose, me, and Kat are here? We're all about to leave the chat right now anyway. So yeah, that's it. Perfect timing. Kat says, take care, guys. Hopefully I can make tomorrow's stream. Yeah, awesome. So it's 6 o'clock, so it might be 7 o'clock for you. I don't know. You've got daylight savings. I should find that out. But it'll correct anyway on this thing. So it's already scheduled. So hope to see you tomorrow, Kat. Awesome. Red Rose says, Luke, get you some sleep, dear friend. Thank you. I think I will. The hearts have been flying into the sky all morning. It's amazing. So, yeah, catch you all next time. Yeah, not Alex. Thanks for being here, Alex. You're a legend. We'll catch up soon, brother. Good night, all.